So the lake has risen some more. You wouldn't have all this driftwood stuff right here. Got the palm trees been underwater since the early. I know, we show you trees.
Dump them up.
They're looking, we just don't have the big fish in here yet. They're looking at them, they're coming up off the bottom. That's a bunch of fish.
They like that, do
Oh,
they?
hell yeah. There you go, Ducky. When he started dumping some
Tell you what, these things hit like a locomotive. Like chasing a train.
One of these back ones on your side over here, Maxie, had a hit. I think it's one straight out. Underwater. I mean,
Nice job. Wow, nice fish too. And we got two fish in the. Oh no, they don't get big at all, do they?
no, the sun shines.
Look at that.
Might be in the bait tank. This is slow.
It is.
See you later. Boy, these guys, they're so much fun. They just like they just do it, you know. Here we go. Good, y'all. Turn it around.
If any of y'all will leave, a decent hybrid or scrapper, you'll have a lake record. You can release a lake record. There's not one at all.
There isn't?
I just did it.
Well, let's measure one out and do it. I'll do it. I mean, there's
a question for him, Mike.
Okay.
Here's a question for you. Being that the lake has risen,
this lake's risen 30 feet.
30.
The lake's risen 30 feet. Yep.
fish grow to the volume, their surrounding volumes around them. Since there is more water, will there be a bigger state record, or will those fish get bigger than they would have with half the water?
Here's what.
You understand that?
Yeah, I do.
Getting at that?
Yeah, I do. Did you record that question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The answer to that is, with expanded habitat, you have expanded reproduction. With expanded reproduction, you have a better food chain. With a better food chain and more space, you have faster growth rates and ultimately bigger fish. Because what happens typically is the bait fish spawn first, because they're more prolific. They have a lot more babies. They spawn more often, and there's a fish on.
Got a fish on fish. Okay. As he
We
explained
interrupt this interview to catch a fish.
That's pretty good.
Now, did Phil want to see his right into the camera?
Oh, those are good. And then when they come like that and go back down and flash on. So the answer to the question is, the fish will get bigger, will get better, and more of them.
Yeah, the question is, when a lake spreads up and fills new habitat, you've got brand new water, you've got brand new opportunities for fish to get a lot bigger. So yes, that will happen.
And we're standing in a fishery that's about to do that.
We're standing in a fishery that has to do that.
Mm-hmm.
When you've got 3 foot of water in the standing brush like that, all this brush will be gone here in a couple of years, but in the meantime, this is where I mean, this is a nursery, especially for like bluegills, you know, and red ear sunfish and some of the other sunfish species.
A perch.
But this is a nursery, and this is enough of a nursery to grow enough bait fish to feed a lot of largemouth bass.
How long do willows like this live, flooded
Well,
completely?
these really are a little bit different than what a willow tree is like. So these won't last.
Desert willows.
Yeah, these won't last quite as long because they're totally dependent on dry ground. You know, willow trees got to stay moist all the time, or they won't grow in the first place. But these will lose their leaves probably by, I'm going to tell you, July or August, and after that you have a little bit of a stump, and then that's going to degrade and fall over and be different habitat at that point.
Yeah.
It won't last more than 2 to 3 years, I wouldn't think.
So we'll lose a lot of this upper cover.
Well, if the lake stays full, if the lake stays full, then this will go away. But if the lake drops down 4 or 5 feet, then it will recede from it. It'll keep growing.
But now a lot of these other root balls too, they take a while to break down right before those things break.
Oh, I don't know
loose.
that those root balls will break down.
They really still stay in the
Yeah,
water all the time.
Those
They're
root
cedar.
balls, I mean, they've been here since the trees were flooded. You know, so those are mostly cedar trees or maybe mesquites, but that looks mostly like
Cedar.
that's cedar right there, and
Yeah.
then those over there, that's something else. But most of the root balls that look like that, that's cedar. And those root balls will last a long time.
You know, I always talk about Callahan's General Store.
Yes, sir.
Their grandpa and uncle are the ones that cut all the hardwood off of this thing.
Really?
Oh, when they, yeah.
Cedar yards. They cut all the cedar. And they would float it to the river to Austin. Put it in rafts and float it down the river. Hard to believe they had that much water.
It's just really fun just to see what, you know, an old lake that's been beaten up for a while and has the time to grow this kind of stuff than to be flooded, you know, because that will turn into nursery habitat. Now, there's all kinds of habitat. People don't think about that. You think about, well, I'm going to go find this structure to catch a bass on, or I'm going to go, I know where there's this log or this ledge or this ridge where the bass hang out, but it takes 10 pounds of bait fish for a game fish to gain a pound. This is where they grow up. You know, this is where the sunfish grow up. And every species of fish has different kind of habitat. Threadfin shad, they need open water. They're filter feeders. They get their food out of the water. Sunfish love this. This is where they feed. You know, if you get down under the surface of the water and start looking at these stems, there's stuff growing on that. You know, there's little colonies of bacteria and what they call periphyton that feeds little insects. That the little insects feed the bigger insects, that feed the small fish, that feed the bigger fish. So there's a totally different food chain going on right here than if you go 60 or 80 feet out toward the main part. There you go.
Do it, have some fun with it. As long as you loosen it, I don't care. Don't tighten it.
Oh, dude.
What's he got? Somebody grab a net for him. The net's on the front of the console. Oh, hell, you gotta see what's coming on? Yeah, that's what's been in here. Oh my gosh, look at that hybrid.
Catch and release record, right?
Yeah, we're gonna release it.
Hey, look at this boy.
A good hybrid.
You got any Rockport Rattlers with you still?
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Sweet. Good hold on, mate.
You got your scale? I'm not kidding you.
I do. That's a pretty good fish. We're gonna definitely weigh that one.
That's a nice
If
fish.
he's over 7 pounds,
Yeah,
that's a lake record.
The lake record is 7 pounds.
That's all it is on the hybrid.
Really?
That was a palmetto. That was a palmetto.
I called 20 years ago. This is supposed to be Bob's fish.
Here.
That's supposed to be the cameraman.
Oh, we'll catch some more big ones, don't worry. Oh, they did it.
All the creek waterfalls.
They really are.
Texas Niagara right there. So Ken, got a pretty nice place here.
Yeah, we got a pretty nice little place, kind of really nice dock. Well, you know, it kind of looks like we do it for a living.
Yeah, it's like you do this as a pro, man.
Hell yeah, that works.
But now you got the spiller dock going and water all the way up to the back of the
All the
hut?
way up to the headquarters, and yep, it's finally here again.
Yeah.
Bob talking about it.
So one way to deal with the large crowds and overactivity.
Here's the way I see this lake. I see this lake in the next 5 or 6 years to begin to grow in popularity from bass anglers. So, you know, I think there's going to be 2 points to deal with. One is you got to protect the resource. Those small bass have got a chance to get to be bigger bass to where they can grow into even the bigger sizes, you know, which is, I think, an ultimate goal for this lake. This lake should have the chance to grow a bass close to a state record. But as that begins to happen, there's going to be more traffic from bass anglers. You know, one of the ways to minimize that traffic is to have things going on that they don't like kayakers.
Yeah.
I love kayakers. I think this is a great kayak lake. You look around here where we are, this is a great lake to fish from a kayak, or just be in a kayak and enjoy it. You know, bass anglers, they don't like jet skiers, they don't like people that are contending with them. I'm kind of wondering maybe if you should have more contention. I don't know, just a thought.
But I love that. Kayakers help preserve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Help preserve the greatness of what we have.
Yeah,
here.
you know. Yeah, kayakers are good people. I mean, they're salt of the earth people.
I like that.
You know, they're their own machine.
And what's so great here, this stuff is so thick that you get underneath it in July and August, it's 10 to 12, 15 degrees cooler. Maxie and Karen have told, you know, I'm not a kayaker.
You just gotta watch out for snakes and the wasps.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch out.
Well, all right, I'm gonna hit the road, fellas. Thank you very much. That was huge fun.
hollering.
Chico, been looking forward to meeting
Great
you.
day, man. Thanks.
Heard a lot about you. Thank you for taking us out today. That was fun.
Yeah.